What down, YouTube? What's going on? Thanks for tapping in. If you new here, if you've been here, I don't know why you ain't subscribed yet, because apparently you liking the content. So go ahead, hit me with a like, comment, subscribe. I ain't begging for nothing but that. So we gonna hop right into today's story, right? Because I was it's breaking news about the Department of Education, Democrats trying to get in the building. And really, I just want to play one part of this news report, to be honest with you, because this is really just a bunch of, they just really just commentating on it because it's as this is happening this morning. They're stopping Democrats from getting into the building. So I want to play this little part of the clip, and then we gonna talk about what's really going on with the Department of Education. Okay.
Now, everybody stand back.
All right, so this is the Department of Education. You've got members of Congress from the Democratic side of the aisle trying to get in.
I can't stand this. I cannot stand. I'm sorry for getting a little loud there, but this woman right here is the epitome of black people. Okay, she is one of the main reasons why black people are where they at today. She's one of them. She's one of them, and that's not no extreme, because she would sit up here. Look how she's trying to act like they've been doing good. Maxine Waters was one of the OG DEI hires before they even knew before they even realized they was gonna do DEI. Let's continue.
In the building, you have a security guard who never wanted to be on television today, basically doing his job and denying them access. It is interesting that Fox News is the only one covering this live, and apparently this is what the Democrats want, right? They want to be on television. That's Maxine Waters complaining, Sandra, that they can't get in the building. And then you had other members of Congress saying that if you want to get in and fight for your children, you're not allowed. But we had some news this week that would make it sound like that's a little bit too late, guys.
Our nation's report card was shocking. The report card showed 7 out of 10 fourth graders are not proficient readers, Dana, a number that has worsened since the last report card in 2022. Worse, the numbers haven't improved in 3 decades. We're seeing the same thing for the middle schoolers at the 8th grade level. Less than a third of American students enter high school with the reading and comprehension skills that they need at that point in their lives. I mean, you talk about not getting access to the building, you're hearing from these folks, to go advocate for the kids. Well, what have they done lately, right? That report card.
All right, with that, we're going to actually hop into something, because I got something I want to look up to with you guys, because one of the places that people really need, that people overlook because it's so crime ridden, is Baltimore, and their education system is so atrocious. They have kids coming out who went to honors in high school, like honors classes. Everybody knows what the honors classes was. Those was the smartest of the smartest kids, those AP classes and all of that. They literally have kids coming out thinking that they're the top in the state, and but literally ranking the bottom in the country. Like, these kids are coming out of Baltimore. I think they said, when I looked it up, I think it was like 77% of the children are illiterate in high school. Illiterate. They can't even read. So what is the Department of Education for? So just reading the overview, just a quick glance over the overview. Education is primarily a state and local responsibility. So they saying off bat, they really don't do nothing no more. They really don't do, because back in the day, the Department of Education all started to, it helped. As you can see, teaching that was, it basically established schooling. You know what I'm saying? It basically helped, fund the early days of education, help schools get off the ground. They was giving schools grants. They was giving schools money, for books, chalkboards, computers when they came out. The Department of Education back then had a big hand and stuff. Now, in today's economy and in today's time, and this is from 2012 to 2013, 92% of the funds come from you. Comes from you. non-federal sources. Non-federal sources, what does that mean? Those fundraisers, when schools calling you up saying, hey, would you like to donate today? All of those people, the alumni, um, charity organizations, nonprofits, everything but this. Like the federal Department of Education isn't regulating what the school is teaching kids. It's not regulating if the schools is even teaching kids. It's not regulating if they're even teaching kids because it says, what does it say that so look. It's it says the amount of federal contribution to elementary and secondary education is about 8%. So out of 1.15 trillion being spent nationwide on education at all levels in the year 2023, a substantial majority will come from state, local, and private sources. So out of that 1 point, let's do the math. Let's see. Where's my calculator? Let me see. Cause that's so they say let's see. Let's do the math together real quick. That's too many fucking zeros. I ain't gonna lie. I just thought about it. 1.15 trillion. 8%. And then, right? This is the kicker. They don't even fund the Head Start programs. That's the Department of Health and Human Services, and they don't even fund school lunch programs. Okay? This is a bunch of word salad right here. What do? So you come down to the mission. What do they? Despite the growth of the federal education system, never strayed away from that become the official mission to promote student achievement and preparedness for global competitiveness by fostering education excellence and assuring equal access. Now let me tell you something, people. I'm from Chicago. Went to public school in Chicago. And then I went to a school in the suburbs. Night and day. Night and day. And you know what the problem was? It wasn't that this school was in the suburbs per se, because it was still hood. Trust me, it was a mixed population, and it still had them actors in there, black, white, and Hispanic, even Middle Eastern, right? But the difference was that the community took care of the school district. The community took care of the school. You hear what I'm saying? The community took care of the school district. It had board meetings, parents showed up, fundraisers, people came out, people donated time to help out with the school. The school I graduated from and the school that I started out at, I go back now, they did added new tennis courts and all this other stuff, and people gonna hear me say this, yeah, because that's in a white neighborhood. That's y'all problem. Victims. Want to act like a victim. We spend all this money. I bet you right now, you could go to the hood, you gonna see a BMW sitting in front of a row house. And I'm not just talking about no basic model. I'm talking about a sport. You'll go see a Mercedes in the hood. You will go see old girl. She got a $700 wig on her head. Nail set cost $250. She got on this dress and these heels, and she bragging about how she this $1,000 chick, but her kids look like trash. That's a topic for another story. But not only do her kids look like they ain't got no home, but the school she send them to every day is in shambles. And just think about if everybody in that community who's spending money on hundreds of dollars worth of weave and hundreds of dollars worth of weed, because I could do that because I don't have any responsibilities other than myself. But these people with the responsibilities, you need to make sure that your kids are straight, because even if you go on the U.S. Department of Education website, they basically saying it is not our responsibility to make sure your kids are getting a proper education. So you know what? Before I end this video, let's go ahead and do something real quick. Let me see. See, I already looked it up. I already looked it up. Um, let me see. I had looked it up. So where is it at? Here you go, right here. Public schools is the student body serves city public blah 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 blah. Because I'm trying to. This is all the ratios. Okay. Test scores. Here you go. High school graduation rate NA. High school college readiness 16.6. In Baltimore City public schools, 29% of school students tested at or above the proficient level of reading, and 10% tested at or above the level of math. Let that number sink in, people. 29% can read at a proficient level. So that means they just can read. That don't mean that, and they not even talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And 10% is at or above level of for math. So what is elementary school? 8%, middle school 7%, high school 10%. That's mathematics. Reading, elementary 19, reading, middle 19, high school 29%. That's just Baltimore. I don't even want to look at my stats here. I don't even want to look at my stats here in Chicago, okay? Because a lot of these kids out here, I know they cooked. I know they cooked out here, okay? So we not even gonna get into all of this, because we know Baltimore got its problems too, and Baltimore got a black mayor. Do you think he trying to fix the budget? Baltimore didn't had a bunch of black people in power throughout the years since The Wire. There's been black people in power in Baltimore since The Wire. And people who know about that show, that's like the early 2000s, like 2000, early 90s, like 99, 97, 2000s, and all of that. It's been black people all through that. So again, the Democrats are crying about not being able to steal money. Because what have they done? This is just one state, one city. This is just one city, one state, one district, one small percentage of it. I bet you if I go and look up Mississippi, Alabama, California, I bet you these numbers probably look somewhat similar. Definitely within the black communities. So these people crying about nothing again. So I mean, hey, be smart, people. You know what's going on out here, man. Don't let these people trick you out your spot. They already tricked our grandparents out of their spot, and some of our parents out of their spot. So, and they didn't, by them tricking them out their spot, now we gotta struggle even harder. So I don't get it. People complaining about something that you can fix. This is something you can fix. Your baby school is getting shut down because they shut plenty of schools down in Chicago. And this was one thing that made a lot of us Chicagoans really be like, how can y'all even still vote for these people? Because they shut down all these schools in all these black neighborhoods, flipped them charter, and then if they didn't flip charter and then kicked out all the black kids and put the Hispanic kids in these schools, and think I'm lying. They kicked these black kids out the school and put Hispanic kids in them, okay? And this is before the migrant crisis, okay? Then when the migrant crisis happened, a lot of these old schools that been shut down, they spent money to open them back up, clean them up, so that these migrants can have a place to live when your baby can't even get a good education. Your baby can't even get a good education. I bet you be at the house struggling, sitting up there mad at that little baby, trying to figure out why he can't read and write. because the teacher is struggling to teach because she ain't got no help. The U.S. Department of Education ain't coming to get a school no grant. Ain't trying to help her get no student aid. They not trying to give no incentives for people to be teachers. They not trying to make it where that should be what they doing, right? The Department of Education should have programs, incentives, and all types of stuff for people to become teachers. They should be promoting education. What did they say on their website? To try and prepare the kids for global competitiveness? How? When kids are as dumb as a bag of rocks and the people teaching them could give a damn. And it's not that all of these teachers are bad. It's just that some of these teachers just don't have the funding to do what they do, because a lot of the times they have to come out of pocket to buy school supplies for the kids. That's how bad the education system is. But yet you want to complain about Trump wanting to clear money up and make you responsible for your kids. You. Because if it go to the state, then that means it's already been at the state. We read it on the website. It's already been at the state hands. Already. So he just pointing out the fact you really got. That's the thing that people don't like about Trump. He's taking these unnecessary things that you thought you needed and taking them away. And what we realizing as Americans, and I knew this a long time ago, but what a lot of Americans are realizing is, damn, these departments wasn't doing nothing. This place was supposed to be helping do this and do that, and it wasn't sending a dollar to it. Thanks for tapping into the channel, man. Stay tuned, man. We're going to keep dropping these stories as they come. Come join me on my journey becoming a independent news anchor, man. Thank you for rocking with me. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. I'm looking forward to the feedback. And with that, I'm out of here. Peace.